Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Data Driven Decisions. Today I'm going to show you my retirement dashboard. Uh, I've worked in a corporate job ever since being out of college, and uh, each company has had a 401k program, and I've always invested in that program, and that has allowed me to, accumulate a nice size retirement. Nothing to brag about. Um, but it's been great to have because it's a cushion, it's security, it's protection against catastrophe. Because if push comes to shove, if I need to use that money, I can use it rather than going in debt. I don't want to use it. There's a penalty for pulling out of retirement early, but um, you still have that cushion. It's there. It's a part of you. It's part of your net worth. Um, I know a lot about investing. I've read a lot. All these books are on personal finance and investing. The guy that I follow is Jack Bogle. He is the founder of Vanguard. He, invented the first index fund. Across the board, I'm investing in index funds, and uh, simple portfolios. I've created them, using just the average of a bunch of portfolios from experts that have shown to have high returns over the past 30 years. That's how I did it. Um, Anytime I leave a company, I uh, I get out of the retirement program for that company and I move the money into my Vanguard account so that I can do the investing. The big problem with 401ks is those uh, those funds that you're buying from those people are coming with high fees, probably somewhere in the ballpark of 2.5 to 3% of fees, and that's just money that's getting taken away from you, and it will never add up to higher returns. So you certainly just want to invest on your own and get that expense ratio down to something as low as like 0.2%. So something just very small. And with index funds, you can get even lower than that. Rock bottom expense ratios. So nobody's really taking a piece of your money. You're just getting the market returns, all of it, and you're just getting average returns. You're just getting the market average every year. But it's not impressive. But over 20 years, if you consistently just get the market average, most people are going to consistently underperform. And when the dust settles, you'll be in the top echelon of people with uh, money and investment returns because that turtle, that steady turtle, wins the race. Um, just getting your market average because everyone else is in active management funds that have high fees, and all those people together must just get the market average because they're competing against each other. And who are you to know who's above average and below average, and who's they to know? I mean, the truth is, the finance ecosystem is so smart. There's so many machine learning algorithms that um, are teaching, these professional investors when exactly to get in and get out of certain funds, and they really are machines that will take advantage of any mistake that is made by a human, where someone wants to sell too high or buy too low, um, or vice versa. Um, you just don't want to play against that. You just want to play the market and no active tradings. Just stay in there, buy and hold, and you know, just go for the market average. And that's what Jack Bogle says. Um, you know, Dave Ramsey is a great guy for getting out of debt, but I don't think he's great for investing. He tells you to just invest in these, four funds, aggressive growth, like blue chips, stuff like that. Um, International. It's pretty good. He doesn't mention bonds. I think that might be a big positive about them. Like a lot of other people tell you to just, do your age in bonds. And I mean, bonds have been dog shit for 4 years. You lose money and it's just ridiculous. It's supposed to be a safe bet, but it's not. It's just a stupid bet. So, Dave Ramsey is right to put all your money in stocks. And I've definitely done that recently where I was in bonds doing my age, but then I was like, I can't just let that money just lose and, not have any volatility, but just consistently lose like a whimpering loser. Um, so I'm all stocks now and, mostly just index funds. VTI is the stock that most of my money's in, just the Vanguard total stock market. Uh, the VXUS, the Vanguard International Total Stock Market. Those are the big two. I also like to invest in um, small cap and because that has more volatility, but it does give, I think, 2% better than blue chips, the big top 500 S&P. So, I'm young. I want to bring in the risk because risk means higher rewards, and I have plenty of time to recuperate a loss if it happens, and it's not money I need in anytime soon, so I can play with it. Um, Let me share my screen and let me show you the dashboard. All right, here's my retirement dashboard. Looking at this time series plot, I started working in 2014, and this is what my retirement has done. It's just been a consistent growth. Just every company I work with, I'm putting some money in, and yeah, it's been a rocky couple years with the stock market. It's been picking up lately, which is good to see. But you know, it's just I've been consistently putting money in my retirement. I have 3 retirement accounts. My total retirement, nothing to brag about, just 94,842. That's all post tax. So my 401k is a lot higher than 51,000, but it's actually like 75. But I only count 70% of it, and that's 51,000. So that's what it's going to be when it's finally is realized. It's going to be taxed. Whereas same with my Mavenwave 401k. That's I've been working at my company for 4 years, and I just keep putting money into that one, and I love that. I have mostly just all small cap, aggressive growth um, in that program, and then my Vanguard Roth. Uh, that's just my personal retirement. That's post-tax money. I've unfortunately been taking money out of this year just to pay for some expenses. Definitely a bad thing to do, but I didn't want to go into more debt, so that looked like the best option. Here's just a stacked bar chart of my total retirement by account, so you can see that my Vanguard in dark brown is where most of my money is, and that's a rollover of all my prior companies that I've worked for. Mostly Steelcase, and that really hasn't grown at all in 3 years, thanks to the economy. The economy's been really bad, so uh, you just got to stay in there, stay the course. That's what Jack Bogle says. Don't move your money. Don't panic. Don't even care. Just trust the system. Trust what you're doing, and just sit there. Don't don't do anything. Just sit there. Um, so yeah. And then, I like to see things in pivot tables. So this is my investment balance by month, by account. So I have 51 in my Vanguard, 30 in my work 401k, and 13 in my Vanguard Roth. So these are totals. I have total in 401k of 81. Here's my input like this last month in June, I actually took 2 grand out of my Roth, so negative input. I put 378 a month in my 401k. I matched that too, so in total, I'm putting about 800 in my 401k a month for company. Um, so here's my input over time. Not too good lately. You see, I've been taking money out. That's really bad. Um, just trying to tread water. Um, whatever. Here is retirement input by year. So I taking out a lot of money this year. Bad me, but still putting money in with the 401k. And then here's investment input in a pivot table. So I was not putting anything last year, but now I'm doing 3%. So I get 6% put into it. I'll increase it, but right now I got to get out of my debt. The investment input, so 3%, so 6%. But I did cash out a little bit. Here's investment input. So yeah, I took out 26%, 20% of my money, 43% of the money other time ago. So not good. Here's investment return. This, takes out the money I take out, doesn't account it. Pretty good lately, the return. We've had some positive, but it's been rocky. You see how volatility increases over time because there's more money in the account, so more risk, more movement, more gains, higher lower losses. That's a pretty cool chart showing my investment return every month. Some of these months have been really good, making over 5 grand in investment returns. That's awesome. Sometimes I lose 4 grand, 5 grand in a month. You got to just roll with the punches. Here's retirement return by year. So 2022 was a dog shit year. 2023 was a great year. We made some money and we're doing good in 2024. Here's investment return by month in a grid. I like the color coding. So in April, we lost 5 grand. In March, we gained 5 grand. June, we gained 570. Here's rate of return instead of dollar amounts rate. So now it's a constant volatility because it doesn't matter how much money is in there, the rate is the same. So, some months you're making as much as like 8%, and sometimes you're losing 5, 10%. It's a rocky roller coaster. Since I'm just basically investing in the index funds, I mean, when you see these plots, it's just basically what the market average looks like. So you're just studying what market averages are. Here's retirement rate of return segmented by account. So, the accounts kind of zig and zag the same way because a lot of they're basically the same, but not always. There's differences. Some are small cap, some are more broad, so they have different returns. So here's like the rate of returns. Um, they're different, but they zig and zag at the same time. Green and green go together, red and red go together. Rate of return waterfall chart. So in total, over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I've made 22 grand. So I've made 22 grand in investment return. Not great, but whatever. That's what it is. Here's a beautiful chart showing kind of everything in one table as a grid, starting with investment input total, investment balance, balance total return, everything we just talked about, all shown together. This is a really great view to just see things. A lot of people, old timers, just like to see the pivot tables such as these. And I love the conditional formatting just so you really see the patterns. And then here's the same thing in percents. So this is my retirement dashboard just to see how I'm doing. I mean, it's a boring process. Just consistently put in the same amount each month. So I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good one.